Tmnt 2007 Nightwatcher RAV X reader. From your point of view. You were on the roof of your apartment just looking out at the beautiful city you lived in. You sighed and rested your cheek on your palm, staring out at the distance, but not really paying attention to anything. You were mostly lost in thought, thinking about your mom's divorce. How you were never going to see your dad again when it was finalized. You let a small tear escape your eye, but you quickly wiped it away. There's nothing exciting going on. You trailed off your sentence and looked back at the city. You were usually a vigilante patrolling the city for any crimes, but you were too depressed to patrol tonight. You were just gonna wait until any crime came to you. Suddenly, you heard a loud bang from down below. You looked around and your eyes fell on a fight that was taking place across the street. You squinted your eyes to see who it was. The Nightwatcher. You grinned and quickly grabbed your gear, running down the stairs. Once you got to the ground level, you busted out the door and ran to where the fight was taking place. But it wasn't there anymore. You perked your ears up as you heard something from behind the building. You saw a criminal fall to the ground from around the corner. You ran over, but without warning, something hard and heavy smashed into you. You and the unknown thing fell backwards and crashed into the nearby wall. You had a very strong body, so the crash didn't hurt that much. You looked up and saw someone in a thick armored suit get up and stumble for something to hold on to. He turned around and looked at you. Well, you couldn't really tell that he looked at you considering his helmet. Sorry, are you okay? You blushed and got up with ease. I'm fine. You looked over his shoulder at the crooks who were running at him with what seemed like a boulder in their hands. You thought quickly and ran in front of the Nightwatcher, grabbing the crook by the legs and flipping him onto his face. He dropped the boulder and it rolled away. You quickly grabbed your knife and threw it at the other two who were still charging. They dodged it, but it distracted them, and they looked backwards at the flying knife. But when they looked back at you again, you'd already taken action. You kicked in his kneecaps and threw a punch to the other one's face, which knocked him out. When all the drama was over, you looked around one more time to make sure there were no other crooks. There weren't, so you looked back at the Nightwatcher, who was just standing there stunned. You walked up to him and put your hands on your hips. What? Never seen a girl beat up some lowlifes? You gave him a snarky grin and extended your hand to him. Hi, He hesitantly took it. He shook your hand and then let go again. Hey, I'm Raphael. You nearly blushed that the Nightwatcher told you his name. You'd been a big fan of his ever since you saw him first on the news. Hi. You cleared your throat. Hey, you looked back at the fallen crooks. You want to finish the job or just stand there like an idiot? You grinned at him. He grinned back and grabbed the chains out of his armor. He swung them and wrapped the bad guys up, then strung them up over a lamppost. You both looked at them hang for a few minutes, but then you heard a familiar sound ring in your ears. Crap, it's the cops. You and Raphael climbed to the top of a nearby building as if it was like second nature. You stood on the roof and looked down at the cop cars that were coming in fast. I gotta go. You looked back at Raphael, who was now running at full speed away from the scene. You grabbed his hand, stopping him from going any further. I just wanted to know. You let go of his hand and he stood in front of you. Do you want to fight crime together again sometime? You looked up at him, trying your best to keep your cool stature. He seemed a little taken back by the statement. Sure. You could tell he was trying to be cool as well. Cool. You flashed a smile at him as he turned around and jumped off the rooftop, on the cement ground. You looked down and caught a glimpse of him running through the trees of a nearby forest. Until next time, Nightwatcher.